This is the PKF Texas Entrepreneur's Playbook. I'm Jen Lemansky, and I'm back again with Frank Landreneau, one of our international tax directors. Frank, welcome back to the Playbook.
Thanks. It's exciting to be back.
So I know there's been some new changes to the Foreign Derived Intangible Income, or FITTY as we've been calling it, that released in early March. What do we need to know about the new changes?
That's right. So, even though what's interesting about this new tax law is that even though it was passed a little over a year ago, guidance is still trickling in. And so, even though the law's been on the books, usually you do planning on a go-forward basis. Mm-hmm. There is some, planning to go back and see about opportunities you may have not have had. So one is this foreign derived intangible income. And it's somewhat of a misnomer because it applies to tangible property as well. So it does apply to export of goods and services. And essentially it provides a deduction, a 37.5% deduction on this type of income. And the income is from export of goods or providing services to foreign customers.
Are there any other highlights that somebody should know about the changes?
I'm glad you asked, because that's one of the things that came out of the 177 pages of guidance that we just received.
Gosh. Wow.
Absolutely is what services are covered, what is a foreign customer, what is foreign use, because to apply for this deduction, the goods have to have foreign use. It can't round trip back to the United States. And foreign customers have to be serviced if you're providing services.
So we've also talked about ICDISC and how it relates to FITTY. What changes now are there, and should somebody still look at ICDISC versus FITTY?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's actually a pretty exciting incentive as opposed to ICDISC. So for our listeners, ICDISC has not died, so that's still available.
Good.
And while you can't double dip, there is overlap. And there are transactions that may qualify under one regime but not another. So you have to take a look at both. So kind of comparing the two, the ICDISC does need a separate entity in which to sell exports. The exports are pretty limited to the export of goods for an ICDISC, and services are typically not covered, except there are some limited services. And the rate arbitrage you get is 23.8% is the tax rate on this income earned out of a DISC and distributed as a dividend. In comparison with the FITTY does cover a wide range of services that the ICDISC does not cover. The effective rate on this taxable income is 13%.
Wow. You
don't have to set up a special purpose vehicle in order to take advantage of the incentive, but you do have to have a a regular domestic corporation to take advantage of it. So that's kind of a comparison and contrast.
Nice. So something that's a company doing international business definitely wants to look at.
Absolutely, especially in the Houston area, this region of the country, where port business is so important and everybody's exporting, and exports are such a critical part of our economy. I mean, you'd be really remiss not to look at it.
Yeah, you can't not look at it.
Absolutely.
Perfect. We'll get you back to talk a little bit more in depth.
Thank you. There's lots to talk about.
Definitely. To learn more about other international topics, visit pkftexas.com/international desk. This has been another Thought Leader production brought to you by PKF Texas, the Entrepreneur's Playbook. Tune in next week for another chapter.